Right. Hello, my name's Lindsay and I'm here with Freedom Dad. It's Friday night and we're down at Bangor supporting the guys. How are you finding it tonight?
Wet, but let me tell you something. These guys have been standing here for 2 years in rain, sleet and snow. There's only been 5 or 6 of them sometimes. 2 years every Friday, guys. And look, the numbers are growing, and that's why we're here. We're standing here in the rain, so you guys will come down when it's sunny. That's all we're asking. Come down and say hello. You can come down at 7:30 and spend 7:30 to 8 with us. You don't need to stand for the full hour, but I promise you, if you come down for the full hour, you'll love it. You'll meet so many patriots and so many like-minded souls, and you'll have a laugh, and you'll pass phone numbers. That's what it's about. That's what it's about. She's nearly going to get knocked down. That's a patriot down already, man. Right, go ahead, Andy.
And are you finding good conversation with the guys? I know I'm definitely learning more off the people that are here.
Well, that's the thing, I mean, we need to learn things like legal stuff and like how to stay out of jail, because every time we tell the truth, they seem to come down hard on us and want to put us in prison, you know what I mean? Because we're just wanting to save our children and our future, on our lands, you know what I mean? For many generations, not just our generation, my kids and grandchildren, more 10 grandchildren. We want this country to be safe for the next 100 years, and that's what it's about, you know what I mean? That's what it's about. And the thing is, there's guys down here that I would use before I would use a lawyer. That's how clever these guys are.
I've been speaking to a few of these guys myself today, and so clever. I'm not going to pretend that I understand everything that they're saying right now, because I've still a lot to learn. But you mentioned grandkids and future generations, and most of the people that I've spoke to, and you know what I'm like, I've spoke to everybody here today, most of them are all here for their grandkids and their future generations. Everybody's beeping as they go by. It's brilliant. Well, it's such good energy. But yeah, like I'm here for my nephew, and this is good, genuine people just out wanting to protect their own flesh and blood.
There's definitely no far right. There's definitely no racists. You know what I mean? There was the fairgrounds right next to us. If you turn it round, show them the fairground. And it's full of foreigners, and they were out having a look, and we were talking to them, explaining them what it was about. And they were brand new. You know what I mean? And that's the way we are. We're not here. We don't want to scare people. We don't want these guys thinking we're all looking, look at the signs and all that. Look at the Union Jack. So this is what we're about, but this is what we have to do, because the media won't do it. You're all calling us far-right racist thugs. And all we are as parents, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Jeez, oh man.
Like, I speak to my nanny all the time, and I'd be like, have you seen this? Have you heard about this? Have you seen that? No, we haven't seen any of that in the news. Yeah. So what you're doing here is so important. Is so important, and definitely I would encourage people to come off the mainstream media and start supporting these YouTubers that are out here just doing their own thing, using their own time
and money.
And like, for me, I'd have been sitting in the house on a Friday night doing nothing, watching some sort of Netflix, where now I can be down around great people that have the same interests. Everybody's friendly, and I just think the energy is great here. And it was you that mentioned this to me, so I'm so grateful to you for that.
Well, the thing is, this is what it's all about. It's like, because the way the media are silencing and not giving you the news of what's going on, like, people don't know about the hundreds of thousands of children that's gone, what's happened to them. What has actually happened to them is brutal. It's on another level. Like, yes, we have guys that do essays. We've had them all our lives. We've got priests, ministers, and just wrongians, you know what I mean? But there's never been anything like this, like the crimes that have been committed against those girls. There's never been anything like this in my history. It's horrific, and it's that horrific we can't tell you how bad it is, because YouTube would shut me down. That's how bad it is. But the thing is, this is what it's about. We're trying to get people online, off the TV, online, and do what we're doing. Be a citizen journalist. Go out, interview. If something happens in your area, go and interview them, because nobody else is doing it, and give us a shout. We'll give your YouTube channel a shout, and that's what it's about. This is all we've got, because the government have failed us, the media have failed us, and so far the police have been all right. What do you think?
So far the police have been really dead on with me. I've had a few. A few interactions, and I have to say they've all been good. But just to touch on that, I love the beeping. Just to touch on the people coming out and doing the type of thing for me, so I have to bring it all back to the mindset stuff. Guys, I'm not going to lie to you, I felt a bit silly, thinking, you're not a journalist, Lindsay, you can't do this, you can't go out talking about this stuff. And I thought it's like imposter syndrome that you have because you think you're not educated by university to be a journalist. And I'm here to tell you all, get out there, talk about the subjects, have a bit of crack, have a laugh, get to know people. Because guess what? I would rather listen to every single one of yous and your channel than I would any BBC journalist.
Yep.
And I was listening to something today, and it was a girl talking. These BBC journalists and the rest of them, they all go around covering whatever topic they're told to cover, right? All right, you reporting that today, you reporting that today. When you find citizen journalists like this, they're reporting on things that they're actually passionate about, that actually really mean something. So if there's something there that really means something, and the future generation of your kids really means something to you, get out and do it, and we give you our word. We'll support you.
But just to add what Lindsay's saying there, when she's saying any of us can be journalists, any of us can be media, you know what I mean? You only need a camera and a mic. But to add to that, any of us can be politicians. No longer do you have to be rich or go through university. We've got a populist vote. If you're a person who you're respected by your community and you've got the right values, the right goals that people are expecting from you, then people will vote for you.
Yeah.
It's as simple as that. You know, if Trump can get in, then anybody can get in. You know, so you know.
Yeah, totally. Like, we believe in every single person out there. Like, honestly, truly. Yeah, a lot of you know my background. It wasn't great, and look how far we've all come. And we just want to see the same for everybody. And when you have a purpose in life, it's just more exciting to get up in the day because you know you're doing something. And if anybody needs any help with confidence or getting started, please do get in touch. We are here for you.
Definitely, 110%. Yep, yeah, she's been here for me anyway. Because you know, we learn from each other. You know what I mean? We all come from different areas, and we learn from each other, and that's what it's about. You do spend a lot of time on the phone, but it works. It works. In the long run, it works. We know what works because we've had 15 years of what's in England. We know what doesn't work because we've got 15 years of what's in England, and we know how dangerous it is because we've got 15 years of what's in England and what they've done to Tommy Robinson.
Yeah, I know, because I'll get people say to me, oh, that's not happening here, or this and that and the rest of it. Well, most of it is happening here, quite frankly, but even if it isn't, we need to learn. We need to learn from what's happening across the water, because if it's not happening here yet, it soon will be.
No, it's not happening. It's not happening here. End of story. It's not happening here. Northern Ireland people will not allow that to happen. Northern Ireland people will not give up their churches from us. Northern Ireland people will not give up Easter in their schools, or who's going to play Joseph and Mary and all that. We're not giving none of that up. It's as simple as that. You know what I mean? This is Northern Ireland. It isn't England. And I know Ireland's going through a bit of a hard time, but Ireland's different than Northern Ireland, and you'll probably find out as we go forward.
Yeah. And do you know, we went to the likes of, I heard you mention in the BB the other night, was it the Boys Brigade you were in?
That's where I learned to march.
And I was in the GB, and we went to the Saturday club in the church and this and that. And do you know what? I said this before. We were wee rascals when we were running about the estate, all right?
Yep.
We really, truly were. But see, when we were in the GB or we were in the Saturday club church, we were our best versions. We were behaving ourselves. So I would love to encourage the kids, I'm not saying 24/7, but to get into some sort of community.
Yeah. I think the thing with the church, it's all been a bit hardcore, you know what I mean? It really has. The chapels and the churches and the Presbyterian, the Methodist, all of them. And there's a new Christians coming out. You know, like we say about the Quran and about how these people follow the Quran to the letter, and it's like 2,000 year old or whatever it is. You know, it's the same with the Bible. We don't follow the Bible to the letter. You know, it says about stoning gays. We really, you know what I mean? So if we're going to adapt that sort of attitude, we can adapt that attitude with quite a lot of things from the Bible, and we can go forward as different Christians. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, we don't need to always follow a certain line of a rhetoric that they expect Christians that normally expect it. I believe you can be a Christian and swear, because who says you can't swear?
Yeah.
Did God say? Was it God that said you couldn't say certain words? No, this is society, you know. And I've got a wee suspicion as well that, you know, and this is freedom, Dad, my opinion. You know what I mean? Entertainment and educational purposes only. I'm doing that for you as well, by the way. You know, the Ten Commandments are very suspiciously like social policies. You know what I mean? So things like that in your head, and we understand. We believe in Jesus Christ. We believe there's only one God, and we believe that, you know, good people can do bad things depending on the situations that they're in life. And some people just never have the experience of God in their lives. So I do believe just because you don't have God in your life and you're not a born again Christian, I do believe you will still have a chance to go to heaven, because you're either good or you're bad. You know yourself if you're good or you're bad. It's in your heart. You know, if you have compassion, you're good. If you don't care about somebody hurting or an animal being hurting or somebody losing their life, then you're bad. You know what I mean? And you'll be judged. You know, we'll all be judged. And nobody's got the right to say you've got to do this certain way, and you've got to do that, and you've got to go to church, and you've got to pray, and blah blah. Nobody's got the right to say that. The only person's got the right is God, and nobody on this planet has met him.
Yeah. Well, I think we'll move off the road because the cops are driving down here. We're getting able to move on.
She'll get us all arrested. We're actually standing in the middle of the road, so they have to beep to get by.
But yeah, what you were saying. Oh, we about do need to move now.
Right.
What you were saying about there, I'm hearing a lot of people say that they're Christians, they're not religious.
Yeah.
Do you know? And I think that's what we're saying here is, you know, you want to be a good person, but it doesn't mean you have to be involved in the whole religious organisation, you know. But
so I think
they are.
Move on because our time's run up.
Any last words?
Listen, guys, just support Lindsay and Orla. They're doing so much work with this Time to Rise. It's really important you get behind them. They are on their own. It's nothing to do with me. I'm Freedom Dad. I do my thing, and that's it. I support every patriot. So, you know, we put our lines in an act. We all do. Like, we take a big risk, you know. I mean, they can come knocking at our door anytime and say somebody's been offended and somewhere and all the rest of it. So, support them, show them, because they won't arrest her if there's thousands and thousands coming to Belfast. Please believe me.
Yeah.
They won't do it. They won't do it. Not in Northern Ireland, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's no Tommy Robinsons in Northern Ireland, you know what I mean? We won't let that happen.
No.
You know?
Right. Thank you so much, Freedom Dad.
No
Good
problem.
to see you as always. Thank you, everyone.